Wow, that's fun. That's interesting. Why you so tired, fam? You want to tell the people, you want to tell the audience before we start, this beautiful podcast that we're doing on a Tuesday or whatever, on Wednesday night, whatever the fuck it is, super early.
This nigga don't
Give the
even
people
know
what they
what day
want.
it is, nigga.
I don't know what day it is. I'm trying to fly out tomorrow. I still got to pack, but we got to give the audience what they need and everything. Ain't that right, y'all? That's what's the most important thing. Definitely. But anyways, y'all already know what it is. I'd like to welcome y'all back, everyone, our audience, to the 4th episode of the Random Notes podcast, random music commentary with random parental horrors with a lot of random banter. I am your host, ToneZ, yet again with my two co-hosts, Kev and Queen Rean Bean. This is an early podcast for y'all ears, so y'all better thank us. Definitely in views, shares, likes, everything you can. I don't give a fuck. I'm begging right now for the shits because we're not supposed to be here right now, but we are here because I have to take a flight out to Orlando tomorrow to go to the NFL Pro Bowl, which is probably going to be whack, but I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to get out of this cold weather while y'all over here freezing y'all asses off. Y'all jealous, ain't y'all?
I thought you was going to the college football Pro Bowl. I thought you was
Oh,
going to the NBA Pro Bowl.
The NBA Pro Bowl. that's like in a month. All right.
I didn't know it was more than one Pro Bowl.
I mean, probably. Do you watch do you watch the AFL? Huh? You watch the Arena Football League? The Arena Football League. You don't know if there's an Arena Football League Pro Bowl or CFL Canada. Ah, see, I got you there. Fucking got you. So how was everyone's Monday and Tuesday? I'm not going to ask how your week was because obviously this is not the end of the week, but what's going on with y'all jobs and everything? What a whack question, right? What's going on with your jobs? Answer that.
What's going on? My Monday and Tuesday was fucking disgraceful. Disgraceful. They canceled work 2 days in a row. A nigga ain't got work tomorrow.
Shit. What the fuck? So hold on. All right. Martin Luther King Day, of course you didn't have to go to work, right? Because that's normal.
No. Martin Luther King Day is not a holiday.
Not for y'all.
For my construction union. No, it's just a regular day.
So what'd you do today? You didn't work? Oh, no, you worked today. But you're not working tomorrow and the next day.
No, nigga, I ain't say that.
You just said they canceled work 2 days in a row.
I said Monday and Tuesday. I said Monday and Tuesday.
Listen, what time is it?
I don't have work.
I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning, man. Fuck all this shit. We still gonna give the people what they want. So we're gonna give them the most sloppy, most beautiful fucking podcast. I don't give a shit.
And you're gonna love it.
Oh, they definitely gonna love it. We gonna get mad likes on this shit. Anyways, Rean, what's going on with you? How was work?
Work was good this week. State testing, whoop whoop. So you already know.
Who whoops for that?
What?
You're the only person on earth who whoops for state testing. What the fuck?
Well, only because you don't understand. It's like a mini vacation. I'm whooping because they ain't nobody bothering us this week.
Oh, that makes sense. You get free range to be lazy. Got you.
No, not lazy. Free range to actually get things done.
Oh, all right, because you're lazy when you're actually paying attention to the kids. I got you. I understand what you're talking about. I speak your language.
No, extra people are distractions. You know what I'm saying? You every now and then people keep coming in. Can you? All the can yous ain't there. So now I can just do what I gotta do.
All right, I like that. So we have an interesting podcast for everybody today. I don't really have any shout outs for anybody. Probably, the same people I shouted out before since they keep shouting me out.
I want to shout out my friend Danielle, aka Dan and Danny. That's us. I gotta shout her out because she has been listening and sharing and liking and commenting. So yeah, shout out to Dan.
And let me add, she's seen all things fall apart. So fuck both of y'all, because she seen it too, nigga.
Oh, she seen it too? That's what up. Well, I'm not gonna start, shouting out individuals because then that's gonna be a long list of individuals I'm shouting out. So just shout out to everyone who's watching and stuff like that. And especially shout out to Friday Night Gaming Podcast who keeps giving us shout outs and keeps trafficking viewers over to our podcast. We definitely appreciate that. That's Friday night gaming podcast with Trigun and Scythe, ex Scythe, whatever the heck his name is. I keep getting it wrong. But Kev, you want to shout out anybody, any sponsors, or any gaming podcast, any podcast that is helping us out before we get to the shits?
Of course. Shout out to Friday Night Gaming. I'm subscribed. You know, I hear y'all shout out. Salute to y'all.
Yeah.
Salute to everybody who been watching our shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
We doing all right. We doing well.
That's
and
you being humble.
My homegirl Galen, who's always here with me for moral support. She's here with me right now. Y'all don't hear her, but she's here.
All right. No more shout out to individuals because now I'm gonna get mad people like, oh, how come you didn't shout me out? So yeah, we're not gonna.
Okay, people, don't be petty. You're adult. You're adult.
I want to shout out to the people who don't like our shit, you know, because all feedback.
Oh, that's a fact.
Is welcome.
All views are views. So yeah, shout out to y'all too.
All feedback is welcome. We do appreciate y'all too.
That's a fact. Yeah, one last thing I want to say about that shit. You know, we're about to cross 600 views for our first episode, episode 1, which is Don't Say Y'all. You know, definitely appreciate that shit. We just crossed 200 in 2 days for our third, which is podcast. There you go. That shit right there. Podcast. Yeah, that shit. We just reached 200 for that. That's really good. We got a couple dislikes too. Thank you for y'all because you are definitely up in our views. Appreciate that shit. So right into the shits. The first topic that we're getting into that Kev actually came up with. So he's probably gonna be leading this topic. Apparently this young lady named Jasmine Elin got raped in a club. I don't want to sound like callous or anything, but that's actually what happened. I don't know any of the details. I'm just be completely honest with you. So Kev's going to actually be leading this topic. What up, Kev? Tell us what's going on.
All right, well, if you've been on Facebook the past couple of days, you've probably seen or heard about this shit. The young lady was in the club by herself, and she was basically live like the whole time. Like there was different lives, and you see one video, she's with a man, and the man is on her body crazy, mad thirsty to buy her a drink. She takes the drink. You can hear her say, "Yo, this is only my second drink. I'm way too fucked up," or some shit. Basically, the nigga slipped a pill in her drink. There's like stills, like still images of the live where you can see the pill, big ass pill in her drink. There was another live that came out, and you hear her like
begging for help.
Yeah, she's still in the middle of the club, but you hear her begging for help. Like the shit, shit like this get me OD tight whenever I was furious. Like I don't respect nobody that can rape somebody like that shit.
Nah, that shit is
really
crazy.
Pisses me off. So.
Yeah, I'm disgusted in every single person in that place. Everybody there. So hold on. So this was because that was what I was trying to figure out the whole time. I couldn't even watch the whole video. I had to turn it off because it was just too disturbing to watch. But it was her videotaping herself, or it was somebody else.
Nah, it was her. Like she was live like the whole night. Each video. Like in the beginning, you can see she having fun and she mingling with the people.
Yeah,
whatever.
I saw that part, and you can actually see her start to like slow. Like you can see the change in her.
Like the last couple of videos,
crazy.
Like you notice, like she got progressively more like.
Yeah, she looks super fucked up,
inebriated, and she said, "This is only my second drink." So.
That's crazy. So how do we prevent this as a society, as people, as you know? I'm not going to say young people because we're not that young anymore, but we're not in our 40s, we're not in our 50s. We still go out sometimes, go to bars, go to clubs and shit like that. At least I know I do. So how do we as a people prevent some dumb, crazy, nasty, sinister bullshit like this from ever happening again? Or can we?
You can't prevent it from happening because there's no way to eliminate all rapists, but you can prevent it from happening in this type of way. Like, I'm sorry, we need more people with balls. I don't know that girl, but I promise you if I was there and saw that, he would have had to beat me up. I never met her, but I would have definitely swung on him. I don't care.
I mean,
Well, there you go.
I'm not gonna completely blame like the situation.
Yo, if I see a girl screaming for help and a man behind her, I'm hooking off. We can ask questions later.
Listen, by the videos, it looked like it ain't look like a lounge. Like it looked like a club, hundreds of people. Shit was packed, music blaring.
Gotcha.
You didn't really pay attention to what's going on, especially if you're intoxicated as well.
Hold on. What type of music was this? Is it a hip hop club or is it EDM? What type of shit was this?
Nah, it was rap.
Hip hop.
You know?
It was hip. Oh, all right, I got you. All right,
but
go ahead, please.
Back to your initial question. I agree with Rean. I really don't think you can prevent it because if somebody's gonna do something, they're gonna do it regardless of what's going on.
Exactly. There's sick niggas out here.
You can I don't want to say prevent, but you can't deter anything. Okay, with this situation, I feel like there was one thing that she could have did to deter something like this from happening, and that would have been not going out alone, like.
Right.
I would say not take a drink from somebody.
Exactly.
But not go alone. Because think about it. If she would have went alone and not took that drink, she would have had enough strength to, she wouldn't have just been standing there screaming for help. She would have at least been able to run. He'd had to chase her. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it's not even that. Because I feel like even if she did take the drink, if she was with at least one other person, like,
yeah, it could have been a situation. I don't think it would have went
down like that. I don't think it would have went there. Like that's the only way I could see. That's the only way I could see things being different for her.
Right. Well, number one,
women go out with their girlfriends and get date raped and drugged all the time. So I don't think the fact that she was alone really.
All right, well, listen. Well, number one. All right, let me speak real quick. Number one, the first rule that you're ever supposed to be taught when you're going out is never drink a drink that you didn't see the bartender pour by himself. You never take a drink from anybody. You get the drink goes from the bartender to your hand. That's it. Exactly. You're never supposed to take a drink from anybody. That's number one. Number two, she probably could have gotten raped or whatever or assaulted no matter who's around her. You feel me? So I feel like what Rean said, where she would have had the strength to like push him off. I don't, unless she's Ronda Rousey or Holly Holm or some shit like that. If a big nigga is trying to, depending on what your size is as a female and depending on what his size is as a female, generally speaking, you're not going to be able to push a nigga off of you or outrun a nigga. I'm sorry. That's just
no, but I'm saying if you're in a club and start running, if he's that thirsty to get you, he's going to have to chase you. People are going to really see that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by run.
Yeah, but like we're in a society where people yell help and they don't do anything. But if people yell fire, then they pay attention. You see, it doesn't matter if she's gonna yell help or anything or I'm being raped. People are not gonna care. You feel me? You can stand out in the middle of Times Square right now and
she got raped right there and no one stopped to do shit.
Right. That's just the society that we're in right now. Yesterday, or should I say earlier today, I got into a big conversation on Facebook that I'm not going to get into right now because I feel like that may be too flagrant for this for this podcast, and we're trying to go mainstream a little bit. I don't want to alienate any of our listeners. All I'm gonna just say is there are preventative measures to things like that. And in this situation, I don't know exactly what the preventative measures could have been. We've discussed some of that already. But we, unfortunately, like Kev stated, sick niggas gonna be sick niggas, and rapers are gonna try to rape no matter what you try to tell them. There's people that's off their meds. There's people that there's people that just has this urge to do whatever and some real nasty shit.
Yeah, so people are sick.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I feel like if she had at the very least one other person with her, that would have been one person watching her back.
Yeah,
go there alone. You can't count on somebody to have
a good person, because you gotta admit too, all these people chicks be going out with ain't really they friends. Like
that's a fact.
So just
but that's a preventative measure. Just going out with somebody else is preventative. So
Oh,
you gotta
meaning
do
it would
all
have
this
just
shit.
maybe deterred him from thinking he could do that to her.
Or
Yeah, maybe.
even if he still tried to do something, that one other person, you know, it wouldn't have went down how it went down. That's just how I feel.
Right.
And I
I
just feel
completely
like
agree.
even though she was by herself, the fact that there was all them other people in the club, like, I'm sorry, there's no way. I don't care if I know you or not. If I see, like, if I'm at the other end of the club, I probably don't see it. But somebody walked by, more than one somebody saw that girl's face and kept walking. And that's what bothers me even more than the sick rapist. Because sick rapist is going to be sick rapist. But how can you, as another person, as like, I don't even know. Like, I can't even see who bothers me more. Like, whether it's men, because y'all all got a mother, someone got a sister, someone got a girlfriend, a daughter, like, so how could you walk past her? And then as another woman, I'm sorry, I don't know. And people be talking about that. Oh, men is big and shit. Yeah, but angry people and adrenaline do a lot too. And I'm sorry, if I seen that shit, I'm hooking off. Like and then the next conversation is me and my mother and her cursing me out about why do I have to come bail you out? Because I don't give a fuck if I saw some shit like that. And you know what? If it turned out to be her boyfriend, well, you gonna have to explain that to me later. But I'm punching you if I see some shit like that.
I can't even fully subscribe to that because all I seen in the camera was her. I mean,
but you see the look on her face, Kevin.
All you hear is music. I mean, I don't know what. I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't know, like, from how she was holding the camera. I don't know what position she was in. I don't know if she was standing up, sitting down, laying down. Like, I just don't know. So
it don't matter what position she's in. You can see her face.
I can't subscribe to that because I don't know where they were in the club. Of course, you can hear people. They're in the club, so I don't know that people were next to her that can see her or even thought anything was up.
Right.
So
you can't really tell.
I can't just blame it. I can't just say.
You can't just blame it on everyone else.
I don't have enough information to say that nobody did nothing because I don't know the situation. I don't know if they was in like a concealed area. I don't know what it is. So I can't just say that they didn't do anything because I don't know if they even could see what was going on.
I feel you. Being a part of that life, I was a part, not that life, right? Not the rapist life, because I'm never part of that life. So don't get that misconstrued, audience. You know, I don't know if anyone. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all right. I don't want the thugs on me. I'm not a street nigga, guys. Please don't bother me.
I said club.
Oh yeah, club life. Oh yeah, definitely club life, right?
This nigga
Being a
with his
part of that
Tupac
life.
shit. He thought you said thug life.
Yeah, I thought you said thug life for a second, right? I was copping mad, please.
We ain't talking about Pac.
All right, just making sure. But nah, I don't know if I think I stated this before on the podcast. I used to be a pickup artist coach, right? So I was every weekend, 3 times a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was in the clubs, I was in the bars and stuff like that. And just a part of that culture. And a big part of that culture is to mind your business and to just focus on quote unquote the target, which is the girl that you're trying to, kick game to, the girl that you're trying to, actually target to, the have a conversation with or whatever. So that's a big part of the culture. I can't tell if number one, I didn't see the video. Number two, I just know that if they're in like a big space like that, everyone's in their own bubble trying to worry about themselves and not really paying attention to what this man is doing with this girl or what this girl is doing with this man or anything like that. So if they were in the middle of the dance floor and shit like that was happening, no one was really paying attention to them, no matter if the girl was saying help or anything like that. Unfortunately, that's just part of the culture, especially if people are exchanging drugs and shit like that. It's all drug and shit. No one's really paying attention. Now, is that an excuse? No, that's not an excuse. I'm just giving a little bit of insight to our listeners. Yeah, it's just a fact. I'm just giving a little bit of insight to our listeners who might not be from the New York club scene or New York bar scene, or or LA bar scene or Miami bar scene. You know, we might have listeners somewhere in Colorado or something like that who don't understand. You know, if they go to the bar, it's just him and Jimmy and Jethro and their friends, and they could hear each other over the, you know, country music that's playing or something like that. You feel me? But
I can't stand
Ah,
you.
this nigga.
that's usually how it is, I'm sure. But
Jethro?
Jethro, yeah, I just pulled that name out of my ass. That's a nice ass name, right?
Nah, fam, I'm good.
So you tell me you ain't
Jethro
gonna name
has 3 teeth.
your first son Jethro, Kev?
Nah, I'm good.
Ah, damn, fam. I thought you was my boy. But
Next.
next, all right. So we gonna close out this topic. We all. Anyone have anything else to say about
Yeah.
that?
It's just mad unfortunate like shit like this could happen and it could be fucking recorded. That's all
Yeah,
I
that
gotta
shit
say.
is trash. Let's just hope that the proper authorities get this video and just takes the next steps to getting like criminals like this fucking asshole devious bastards off the street so this never happens again. But yeah, unfortunately, something like this kind of did happen with Chris Brown. Apparently, he went over to Paris and allegedly raped the girl, but then the girl said that she lied for whatever reason. Can anyone tell me a little bit more about this story?
Now, what happened was Chris Brown got arrested in Paris, and then I think it was completely well. She said she was unrelated to the whole incident, and she
Mm-hmm.
said that was a lie. Um, I guess they found no evidence, and they later released him.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So apparently
And
he's
it
gonna
happened
sue.
on the 15th.
It happened on the 15th. All right,
Yeah.
so it's 23rd now, so it's about a week and a couple of days or whatever. So apparently he's saying that he wants to sue the accuser for defamation of character.
As he should.
Yeah, he definitely should.
I
He
feel like we
definitely
were
should.
just talking about this, not on the show, but when we were having our conversation amongst each other, and
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about the handful of women who don't tell the truth, who make it so very hard for people who actually have gone through things to want to come forward, and why people are so quick to always call people liars. I don't know what happened in this situation,
Mm-hmm.
but if she was not telling the truth, then like there needs to be some serious action taken for people who don't tell the truth, because that is something that you don't play like that. There's people really out here that need the police manpower, and it can't be wasted on false accusations.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, once you accuse somebody of that, there's always that little stain, even if they are innocent, even if they are acquitted or never fully arrested and just let go, people are always going to look at them because they're always going to be like, well, did he do it and pay her off to say he's lying? There's always going to be someone that still looks at you like that.
Kev?
Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say that. Like, even you gotta be an evil motherfucker to lie and say somebody raped you. Not saying she lied because they just let him go. Like, the investigation is not over.
Mm-hmm.
But to lie about something like that, you gotta be an evil, cold motherfucker. Like, cause like Rean
I
said, like
think it's
once
more
you
than
got that
evil.
label, once you got that label on you, that shit do not go away even if you found not guilty. Like, that
That's
shit
true.
stays with you. And people
That's
always
true.
look at you with like a
But
side
I
eye.
think
Like,
people who do those false accusations, I don't look at all of them as evil. To do an accusation like that,
Why
that's
not?
more a crazy person than an evil person. Like, you got to be a really sick, cry for help person that's more what it is than evil. Those people have some deep-rooted psychological damage.
Yeah, that's what is that? That's a sociopath. That's basically sociopath shit. And like both of you were saying, once you get that accusation, you're already convicted guilty in the court of public opinion. So we're already gonna be always gonna have that stain. You're always gonna be in the shadow of this rape accusation, no matter what the actual court of the land says. There was a case back a couple years ago, I'm pretty sure you guys remember it with Nate Parker. He and his college friend back in 1999 went to court for rape accusations back in Penn State in 1999 when they were in college. He came out with this movie in 2015 or 16 called Birth of a Nation, which was the Nat Turner story. As soon as that Nat Turner story came out, and if you guys don't know who Nat Turner is, that was one of the leaders of the slave rebellion back in slave times, of course. And as soon as he did that movie and was about to put that out, of course, Hollywood came out and said, we can't let you, Negro, put out this important ass movie that might cause another spark within the black community. And they automatically they went back to 1999, said, hey, didn't you have this rape case that you beat? But we're not going to focus on the movie. We're going to focus on this rape case that you beat. You beat it.
Mhm.
You're not guilty, but we're going to focus on that. And every time we say Birth of a Nation, we're going to say its creator, its director, and producer or whatever, Nate
Was
Park,
accused
excuse
of
me,
rape.
yeah, was accused of rape. So it went hand in hand. And of course, whatever they did worked because that movie bombed. That movie was a big flop in the theater. No matter if you saw that movie and you thought that it was bad, was a bad movie. It doesn't matter if you thought it was bad. The fact of the matter is not enough people watched it. Now, it was gaining a lot of traction. It was going to go up for the Oscar and shit like that in the year. But I say that because that's what this accusation does. That's what it could do.
And
That in
for
its
that,
worst cases.
and for that reason, you should be able.
Mhm.
The person making these accusations, they should get more of a punishment than just being able to get sued. Like
Oh, that's a
they
fact.
should
Well,
face
they should
criminal
go to
charges.
jail.
They should
They
go to
should
jail
face
for
criminal
all the
charges.
time that
That you would
the
have had to go
rapist
to
would have
jail
went.
for what they said
If
you
Exactly.
they
did.
if
That's
if if,
exactly.
if they
Yeah.
do implement something like that to where a proven liar for those type of accusations, if it's been proven false,
Hmm.
if they get some type of consequences where it lands them in jail or whatever, I bet you the number of fucking accused rapes will go way, way
Oh,
down.
that's a
Oh,
fact.
definitely.
That's a fact.
Definitely.
You can tell because these people, I'm not going to say just women because I'm sure there's guys that accuse other guys or females of rape too. So I'm not just going to say women. I'm sure there's those people who do those fake rape accusations are cowards. So the coward in them, they're going to say, I'm going to serve 10 to 20 years for, false rape accusations. I'm not going to try to ruin this guy's life by saying he raped me. But the fact of the matter is, unfortunately, the rape accusee still is going to have that shadow of being accused of rape over him. So if they've effectively still ruined their life,
Exactly.
unfortunately, which
Exactly.
sucks, which is trash. But unfortunately,
At least that
that's
person
just
could go home knowing that the other person's in jail. That could be their justice.
yeah, that could be their justice, or then they just turn into like Batman or the Punisher and actually takes up their own form of justice, which would be amazing. I'm not, encouraging that for people, but that should be dope as hell. We need Batman in real life. But anyway, speaking on something different, going to a lighter topic. Now, this isn't really much of a lighter topic. I don't know how to pronounce this motherfucker's name. Iman Shumpert. That's a weird, stupid fucking name. Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor
Yo,
have
Tony hates
right. I
names.
hate
Tiana,
names. I hate stupid fucking names, my nigga. Like Iman.
That's
What
his
is that?
because he's probably not like American. Like I don't know what's was it
Shumpert. I can't even tell you what
Shumpert?
team he plays for, my nigga. Yo, that shit is dumb trash. His name is
Maybe I
trash.
just thought he wasn't American because his first name was Iman.
Yeah,
Iman.
right. Iman, nah,
Iman.
it's not. Nah, that shit is trash.
Iman.
Fuck out of here.
Shabalabalaba.
all
Nah,
right.
please stop.
First off, first
Nah,
off,
go ahead. Go
Iman
ahead first. I'm
Shumpert
waiting.
is from
Uh,
Illinois, nigga. So he's from
Chicago?
here. No, Illinois. I ain't say
Chicago,
Chicago.
Illinois? I'm
No,
just
Illinois.
asking because the state, so what city?
Uh,
Too many
Oak
questions,
Park.
right?
Oak Park.
How the fuck do you know that? Did you just look that shit up?
Google.
Of course I
Yo,
did. The fuck wrong with you, nigga?
Yo, that
You
was
should've
yo,
looked it up.
that's yo, your phone worked dumb fast.
Yeah, that's the
Nah, but
iPhone, baby. iPhone.
No.
Anyway, so him and his wife, was Teyana Taylor or whatever, they had a threesome with some porn star. I'm not familiar with the name, right? And apparently the porn star got pregnant. We don't know if the pregnancy is from Iman or Iman or whatever the fuck his name is. We don't know what's going on in that relationship. But we're gonna talk about it anyway. So how do you guys feel about this? Like, what's
No, we
going
do.
on?
We do know it's not his baby.
It's not his baby?
No, she
Yeah,
said
it doesn't. Yeah, from everything that I've seen, this all seems like Instagram gone wild. Like people reading, it seems like people read into too much shit and or just try to create something out of anything they can find. So pretty much like he left some heart emoji, like you know the emoji with the heart eyes or whatever.
Yes.
He left the emoji under a friend of theirs picture after she had a baby. Like I guess it was a picture of her and the baby. Someone then decided to run with he's the baby daddy. So it went from emoji to he is genetically the father.
Right. So hold on. Is it a fact
Emojis get you pregnant after you've already had the baby?
Is it a fact that they even had a threesome with this woman? Like, do we know that to be fact?
It is a so from what I see, they do threesomes, but from what it seems like, she's not one of the people they do it with. It
So
seems
everyone, all
like
right.
a family friend from what I was reading.
And is she a porn star?
I don't know.
Where the fucking people make up this shit? Like, how did they get all of this from just a picture and hard eyes? How did they get? Oh, they fucking. Oh, they all fucking. Oh, she's a porn star.
Well,
Oh, that's.
I'll tell you right now.
Throw her in the threesome situation because it is public knowledge they have threesomes. But I don't think, from what I was reading, I don't think this particular chick is one of the people they're having a threesome with. I think she's just a family friend who happened to have a baby and he commented and then niggas went crazy.
Okay, what you about to say?
Nah, you asked how do people come up with these theories? Instagram detectives. You ain't know that?
No, I had no idea. Yo, speaking of
shade room.
Yo, speaking of Instagram detectives, I see a lot of reports. Like, all right, check this. Let's just say Nicki Minaj and Drake was friends on Instagram, right? And then the second she unfollows
this nigga.
That's how do they do that? Because there's no way, I don't know of any way to track.
Yo, people dead spend their life paying attention to what other people are doing.
But listen to this. Listen to this. Nicki Minaj has over 30 million followers or some shit like that, right? Who is going through 30 million followers every second of every day?
Drake is famous, so he's probably going to be at the top of the friends.
No. Let me stop you right there because y'all about to drag this out. There's a search bar for your followers. You go to the page, you go to the search bar, you type the name in. It's that simple.
Person's followers?
Ain't nobody scrolling through 60 million people. Like, what the hell?
Hold on, what are you talking about? I'm going to Instagram right now because I think you dragging it right now. I think you lying right now. You capping hard.
Why would I lie?
I've tried to be on my sleuth shit. I try to be on my ex-stalker type shit. Be like, let me see if this bitch is following this nigga. I did that before. And where the fuck do you even do that at?
Man,
all right, I'm at followers.
I look.
Shit, you can do that.
Yeah, I look for my followers all the time because I don't be remembering their Instagram names.
Shit, I'm about to do some extra nasty shit. I'm about to search this bitch through this. Anyways, so what's going on with it? Like, so that's not real. Everything that happened was not real with that Iman Shumpert and that Teyana Taylor shit.
Well, they both denied it. They both denied it.
All right. Another question: is Teyana Taylor attractive to you?
You're bugging, boy. Hell yeah, nigga. Wildin'.
Oh, I'm like, Kev, I think you're the only person he's talking to right now.
I mean,
They talking to you too, apparently.
yeah, you can answer it. You can answer it because apparently girls be like, "Oh, she's pretty," or like it's shit like that. So
Let me look at her. Let me Google her again. I'm going to keep it 100. Today's the first time I ever seen her because she was one of the people he was talking about. I had no idea who the fuck she is.
Yo, you're really old.
Now,
yeah,
I mean, I've been hearing people say her name, but like, I wouldn't know what song is hers.
yeah, I think her body's attractive, I guess, but I think she ugly as shit in the face. She look like a bulldog, and I don't understand why everybody is always she mad. Nah, this mad
Oh.
trash.
This is her.
Yeah, she's ugly as shit. But
all right, y'all clearly wilding. Y'all, I see y'all agenda. Y'all trying to go against everything I say.
Yo, that's what we're doing, Kev.
Her body is definitely dope. You know, I usually don't like with that type of body type, but
yeah,
because she can beat you up.
She put in good work in the gym. I could appreciate a girl who actually is in the gym doing her thing, and she got a nice body from it. You know, it's not overly muscular, I don't think.
Y'all definitely bugging.
But just facial wise, I don't think. Me personally, I wouldn't. Apparently, it was a couple years back, and I was with the shorty that I was dating, and we was in Times Square. I think we went to go see Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight Rises or shit like that, and she was there, and it was the night it came out, so it makes sense that she was there if she's interested in that shit. And my shorty noticed her and said, "Oh, that's Teyana Taylor," and everything. And I didn't even see her. I didn't even notice her. I didn't get hype or anything. I'm like, "Oh, all right. I don't like her. Like, I don't think she's cute." And it's stayed like that ever since. So I'm always keeping the same energy. Oh, you saw what I did there? You saw what I did there? Keeping the same energy.
Oh no.
Album.
That album is really fire, by the way. That album is fire.
Yeah, that's a good album. I like it. 8 album,
right,
8 track album.
Check out stuff and see.
Still think y'all bugging, but okay.
That's alright.
I didn't say she. I ain't. Tony said she was ugly. I didn't say anything.
You said,
yeah, you said, like that's ain't enough. That's ain't enough, Rean. That's ain't enough. But if you listen,
but y'all didn't see the first picture I seen of her either.
All right, but if you listening to this, Teyana or Iman, I think your wife is beautiful. I think you're beautiful, baby. Just keep keep listening.
Now niggas is copping, please. You just don't want to get jumped.
I don't give a fuck about getting jumped. Some 7-foot nigga gonna jump? Come jump me. Fuck that shit. I just want her to share our shit. That's what it's about. But moving on a little bit. Let's say, all right. So it was reported that finally, I think last year, hip hop was took over rock and roll as the most popular genre of music on the globe. I don't know what type of report this was, but I think it's just because hip hop is all in a culture. Hip hop is in the TV stations. It's on the commercials and everything more so than hip hop. So I think that's what they're alluding to. So how do you guys feel about this? Do you think it's cap? Do you think it's what's going on?
I was just gonna say I feel like I don't listen to rock and roll, so I don't care.
Well, there you go. But I feel like it's been like this.
Hip hop, so shouldn't you be happy that it's is number one? The music we've created is number one. I mean, we created rock and roll too.
We created rock and roll too. So let's be real.
We created.
We meaning who?
Black people.
Black people.
I'm about to say because I don't be in the stew.
Nah, you're not. You're not in the stew. You're not in the do. Not in no parts of that shit.
Kev waiting for R&B to be number one.
Chill.
Nah, but I feel like this is cap, right? I feel like it's cap. I'm gonna just say why. It's lies because it's been the number one since like the 90s, since probably early 90s, late 90s. Ever since Kurt Cobain offed himself, that point on, hip hop was way more prevalent than rock. They're just putting that shit out there now. You know, white people are just putting that shit out there now. The powers that be, because it's more marketable now. You could have hip hop playing in a stadium. You could have it playing in an arena. You could have it playing on TV.
Applebee's.
It's more digestible. Yeah, Applebee's. You could have hip hop playing anywhere. So now I feel like it was the right time for them to release that that stat or whatever, that headline. But it's been like that for a while, and we've known the shit. Like, we know that shit. We knew Get Rich or Die Trying was the biggest album of that year or that decade, more so than anything Green Day put out, more so anything than Gym Class Heroes put out. You feel me? It's been the biggest. They're just finally giving us our flowers. They're finally giving black people their flowers. You feel me? So I just think that's a bunch of bullshit that they're finally doing that. It's good that they did it, but it's bullshit because we already knew if we was really paying attention to the shit. You feel me? So I guess that means now. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and that's fair to say.
That's true. Queen, you got anything to say about that?
No. I think you said it all.
I think it's good for us as a culture though, because that's kind of. Well, I'm not gonna say it's good, but I don't know if it's good or not, because that means, at least to me, that black culture is more accepted and digestible.
But
Go ahead.
but isn't that the same thing as like what other people are complaining about as cultural
vultures? Yeah, that's why I say I don't know if it's good or not. It depends on who you ask.
I feel like it is. It is because like the more like, okay, you know how you have like all these other race people, they say this is like how the hip hop stuff. So like, you see like the little Asian kids in their Jordans and their Champion hoodies, and the little white boys in their Jordans and their Champion hoodies. Maybe the more these white parents dress their kids the way these little black and Latino boys is running around, maybe when they start seeing them dead on the news more, it'll look more like their kids. And maybe other things will change in our favor.
I never noticed that. So it's a big shift.
Shannon, go buy that hoodie for Billy. Get him in every color.
Oh man, yeah, I never noticed that. That you present a very good realization for me. That since it's becoming so integrated, all these white people and Asian people and Indian people and everything like that feel more comfortable embracing hip hop culture. Then eventually they'll start. Well, do you really think that they'll start being in the news as much as black people when it comes to?
No. I don't think they're going to be in the news. But what I'm saying is, like, when they look at little dead black boys, it's a little harder for them to get up and protest because there's no connection. It's a disconnect. But if you start seeing kids dead on the news that look just like the little boy sitting in your living room, it's different.
All right, that makes sense. Do you think they're going to put them on the news, though? Because the news is just an agenda, I feel.
Oh, you mean like if they do start getting up and saying stuff, will they be shown?
No. I mean, statistically speaking, right? There's more. Apparently, there's more white people killed by cops every year than black people killed by cops. But the media perpetuates the black people being killed by cops because they're trying to sell an agenda. They're trying to push an agenda. If they put all these white people being put on, if they put all these white people that are killed by cops on the news, then that doesn't really push whatever agenda they're trying to push. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
my question: the white people killed by cops. What happens to those cops?
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. The cops eventually. I don't know.
Do those cops go to jail, or do they walk just like the ones that kill black people? Because my problem, of course, I think there's a problem with cops killing black people, but I just think there's a cop problem. Period.
Oh, there's definitely a cop problem, people. Wow, yeah, there's definitely a cop problem. Period. Especially in where I live, where you live, and where everyone lives is a cop problem. But there are. I just want to say, play devil's advocate. I'm pretty sure we have cop listeners. There are good cops, and we appreciate.
Oh, I got my family. I got cop family. There's definitely, just like there's no job where there's good and bad. The only reason why this matters a little bit more is because they got guns. If you suck at your job at ShopRite, everybody's still going home.
Yeah, that's true. Well, hopefully everyone's still going home, because we don't want a situation where they come to work mad one day and start poisoning shit and start shooting up the place. We don't want to do that. But I want to urge all the good cops that are listening to the podcast, of course, and all the good cops that's all over America. Don't be afraid of the bad cops. We already know how the bad cops roll and stuff like that.
And we thank you for waking up every day and doing what you do, because it is not safe and it is scary, and someone got to do that shit.
Definitely. But also we thank you for doing the scary shit, but you also have to kind of stand up to your coworkers like, yo, that wasn't good what you did with that shit, or I know you're doing some kind of fucked up shit. You kind of I would urge you to not do that. You feel me? It takes a good cop to take down a bad cop, I feel. You feel me? So that's that shit. Kev, what you feel about that?
I mean, touching on the topic of when you said if white people were killed by cops, I don't think it'll never be the same. It'll ever be the same as when we get killed by cops, because we're always killed unjustly.
That's true too. That's also a thing.
It's always some controversy.
Yeah, and if we're in the news for getting killed by cops, they automatically bring up mug shots. If they can't bring up mug shots, they'll go in your room and be like, "Oh, he has a bag of weed," or they always try to find something. And
he's a delinquent.
Exactly. If a white person is being killed by cops, they put a nice, beautiful picture of his family and what his job was and how he, pet puppies on Sunday and shit.
If a white boy rapes somebody, they pull out his Sunday school picture.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's
doing something good when they do something bad.
That's a fact.
We just ain't treated the same, and it's clearly not changing.
Well, hopefully it'll change sometime. One thing that does need to change, I feel, is how people say, what is talking white and talking black, or talking proper or talking improper? Because when Cardi B went up against Tommy Lauren, or whatever the fuck that stupid ass person's name is, they were saying that she couldn't get her point across because she was talking too black, or she was too ethnic with her talking, right? What exactly what they're saying with that?
I feel like she got her point across very well. It was clear the message she was trying to deliver. It got delivered.
So I'm gonna be honest. I have people tell me sometimes, when they hear me speak at work, I've definitely gotten a lot in my life, "Oh, you talk white." And I'm offended by that. Not that there's anything wrong with white people, but I'm offended by it because I am black, and because I know how to speak doesn't make me sound white. It makes me sound educated. It makes me sound smart. It makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about, professional, but not white. People equate all of those traits to whiteness and all of the negative traits to blackness. So that's my problem with it, because not all black people sound like slaves, and not all white people fucking sound smart. I know dumb white people. I know smart black people. I know both of everything.
All right, let me ask you this. All right. Why can't we talk the way we grew up, right? Some people grow up in the South and they have certain type of vernacular than people from the North. Some people grow up in England and they have a certain type of language that that differs from Australians speaking. Australians who speak English, right? So what exactly is proper English, quote unquote? Because to me, there's no such thing as proper English. That is just a way that people use to belittle other people, and as a covert form of oppression, right? What is speaking proper? Is ye old Shakespearean English proper English as compared to what is going on now?
Proper English, I guess, would be grammatically grammatic correctness. But I don't. But then again, that also is. But that's proper English.
Subjective. That's subjective.
Yeah,
Though.
that also doesn't mean not using quote unquote proper English can make you sound dumb or you can't get your point across.
Right. But what is grammatically correct? Because what's grammatically correct today in 2019 wasn't grammatically correct.
You would have to look it up in whatever the English scholars decided it was. Mm-hmm. That's all it really is. Whatever group of people decided it was.
All right. So let me ask you, if I say what up, right? English is ever changing, right? That language is ever changing. That's the beauty of what language is. That language is something that someone made up in year 0 or something like that, and now in 2019 it's completely different. It's ever changing. So why can't I say what up at a job interview or something like that and be proper English today? Who exactly what was proper English in 1920 isn't proper English now, right?
You're absolutely right. And I do agree with you. I agree with you. And honestly, I would say, depending on the job and the person, would be depending on, I think, the behavior. I feel like you should feel out the person. If you're going for the job and the person looks like the whole tree is up their ass, I wouldn't suggest saying what up to them. If the person, has like scruffy hair and looks like they ain't shaven a while, they might be a little cooler,
Right. I understand. But
you can't base that off of looks.
Off in a job
that's true. I wouldn't do that anyway. But my thing is, isn't this a covert form of oppression? This is let's just call a spade, a covert form of oppression, because they're holding a bunch of people. They're holding a bunch of people right up to the majority's quote unquote standards, right? You wouldn't know how to speak quote unquote proper English if you're coming from India or coming from Istanbul and stuff like that. You know what you're taught. Just like you wouldn't speak quote unquote proper English if you're coming from a school in the inner city and your English textbooks are missing page 20 through 70, right? So is that not a form of oppression in some way?
Yeah,
I'd agree.
So proper English is basically bullshit, and you should be able to speak how you feel comfortable and be accepted for how you speak.
But it's like the way we were taught. The way we were taught and grew up and stuff is that, like, there's your at home language and there's your work language. Your work language and your at home language should never merge. Yeah.
Right.
But also, even if you feel you should have the freedom to use home language wherever you go, it is important to understand proper English. See, that's what's bigger than whether or not we use it. People need to understand it, because that's why a lot of us get caught up and jumbled up and stuff. You go to sign a contract and you only understand house talk. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even understand half the stuff on the paper. So more than whether we use it, people need to just know it.
Right, because it's a white man's world.
They start having English, Spanish, and nigga side of the paper.
Because contracts are written in white man's speak, because it's a white man's world, and we all have to abide by their standard, because of their standard of English, their standard of their standard of European dress up, because these suits and stuff that we have to wear to interviews are not from Africa. They're not from. You feel me? We got to dress in the European standard of dressing up, right? Like business casual. That's all European. White man's world bullshit. But that's just my whole point. Just subtle forms of oppression that's fucking bullshit that we all should just be aware of. Like proper English is a subtle form of oppression, which is fucking bullshit.
Because they know most of us don't know it.
Exactly. Well, not even that most of us don't know it. But if I feel comfortable talking like this, right?
No, well, let me not. When I said most of us in that context, I actually was not talking about black people. I was talking about people. If you would be surprised, like, yo, people can't read. Like, and I'm not talking about like they can read words and stuff, but people can't really read. Like, it's crazy out here. Google reading statistics when we're done. Everybody Google reading statistics in the United States. You're going to want to cry.
All right, we're going to read that. We're going to read that. All right, on to our last topic. We usually end out this podcast with some relationship type, topic for the last thing. Just because, we want to end on a light note and everything. So, a question is, online dating, is it a yay or a nay? If yay, why? If nay, why? Is it for love? Is it for lust? What's going on? How do you guys feel?
Kev? Yes or no?
For me, no.
Why not?
I gotta be able to meet with the person, be around the person, hang out with the person, the online thing, like, it's too. You could be a completely different person online. You could be whoever you want to be on. And
that's a fact.
I'm not with chameleons, so I like to meet the person that I'm involved.
That's a fact. Also, all right. So, what about you?
Yeah, I'm on the same thing. Like, I'm not knocking people who do it. I hear a lot of, I guess, success stories. Kudos to them. But to me, it just seems so weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm with Kev. Like, that whole you could be anybody. Like, I don't trust people that I see every damn day. They could be anybody.
That's a fact. No, you're absolutely right with that.
It's too many things to consider with online dating. Well, for me, it's too many things to consider. And
you're absolutely right with
that.
Nigga
like me, I be thinking about shit all the time. Like,
that's a fact.
You say you was with?
Matter of fact, before I give my stance on that, I do want to shout out one of my boys that I actually used to do pickup with, PUA with. His name is Mark. He has an online dating company. It's called Zerby. Y'all should definitely go check that out. I was actually a coach with him with that. I was one of the startups of that company. I had to leave for personal reasons and stuff. But yeah, he's really good. Y'all should check him out. It's Zirby, Zirby. One of the reasons I'm not with that company anymore is because I really don't like online dating. I'm gonna tell you why. I would like to consider myself one of the pioneers of online dating, right? I was bagging bitches from MySpace days. MySpace, Black Planet, Mi Gente, all of that shit. Like, that was me. I was all up on the shit, and I was successful with it until even the early days of Facebook. I was still successful with it until everybody got into it. Everyone started getting balls and started DMing bitches and sliding DMs. That's when it got saturated. That shit started getting weird. It was a weird space.
Weird.
It was a weird space.
Anymore.
It wasn't a space for me anymore, fam.
MySpace was a wild era, B.
It was definitely a wild era, but it was easy.
That's what I found out. That John Chicks is bold as hell.
For real. It was great.
Don't say y'all, Kev.
No, we're not gonna name this podcast that again. So don't you even try to pitch that.
That's we just gonna don't say y'all.
So, now with this Tinder and now with this Plenty of Fish and OkCupid, everything like that, online dating is basically, it's extremely shallow. All right, and I tell all the people. Hold on, wait. Let me finish real quick. It's extremely shallow, and all of my trainees, everyone who I used to coach, I straight up tell them that they always ask me, "Oh, should I go into online dating?" I say no, unless you're extremely attractive. It doesn't matter what you put in your bio. You're going to swipe left. They're just gonna swipe left. If you're ugly, do not online date. You're better off going to a bar. You're better off going out, being able to at least convey your personality to the female first before she has a chance to like you for who you are, besides your ugly face. If it's online dating, if it's Tinder and you're ugly, you're not gonna go anywhere. I'm sorry, and that's my true belief.
Damn, you a cold nigga.
It's the truth. Like, if you're ugly, you're not gonna
You
get
have to
bitches.
know this information if you're starting a dating website. Duh.
Yeah, that's a fact, and that's kind of why I kind of like veered off from.
So this is my question.
Yeah.
What was the name of the site, Kirby?
Zerby, Zirby. Yeah.
Okay. So is Zerby, what kind, tell us what type of dating thing Zerby is. Is it like Tinder for sex, or it for true love connections?
No, basically what Zerby is my friend Mark, my business partner Mark, what he did was he used to work with a really big company called Simple Pickup. It was really huge. Right now they probably have like over 30 million YouTube subscribers. They're millionaires basically. And what they used to do was they used to create these funny, bullshit videos of them picking up girls in stupid costumes or saying stupid lines. That's how they picked up traction. That's how they picked up traction on YouTube. And then they created this website, a paid website, where they got serious with it and actually taught you how to talk to girls, how to be in, situations in bar settings, how to talk to 3, 4, 5, 6 girls at the same time if it's just you. That's what they did. And he used to work with them. So when that got debunked, he created his own company called Zerby, and he brought me on to be one of the lead coaches. That was a couple of years ago. And what I did was I was just mainly in the streets, just teaching guys, running boot camps and shit like that. Now he what he does online is he'll rate your pictures. He'll tell you if you need to have better pictures. He'll rate your bio. He'll tell you how to fix your bio so you could optimize the chance of you matching with a girl, and tells you how to talk to them, your opening line and stuff. He basically
You gotta glam yourself up.
I'm sorry?
So he tells you how to like glam yourself up.
Yeah, he teaches you how to glam your pictures up, how to glam your bio up, he basically teaches you how to make your online presence more attractive, so girls can be more attracted to you.
He must pick up a whole bunch of Rihanna caliber.
Do a bio for me right now. If I came to you right now and was like, Tony, I'm lonely, I need you to help me, what would you write? What would you tell me to write? Like, do my bio.
Well, I can't do that for you. I'm not the online guy. But if the listeners want to do that, where they could go is they could go to Zerby on Facebook and find Mark themselves and talk to him. So, because he's the guru, he's the best out there. I can't really talk about that. If it was a situation where if I'm out in an environment that's more conducive to me flourishing, like if I see a girl out in the street, if I see a girl out in the bar or something like that, then I can spit my game and everything. Mind you, I did very well at online game. All right, I'm not ugly. I did great. I just don't believe in it. You feel me?
No, so, I know. I'm just asking because I'm like, I just thought maybe you did that part because I wanted to see like when the real estate agents like try to lie about shit, like when the house is like old as shit, they try to call it like antique, like not run down.
Well, with that on my bio, I didn't have to put much. I really didn't have to put much, and I got success. I put some shit like I remember what I put. I said I like Batman. I like big butts. I cannot lie. Like, then I was like, I really can't lie. It's a real issue. Please help me. And some shit like, just something real sarcastic that somebody may like take a look at it and be like, oh, he's funny, he's witty, he's cute or whatever. I'm a swipe right or whatever, or I didn't really have to do much, which is why I'm like, this isn't real skill. Like, I like things that take skill. To me personally, I don't think
So you don't think online dating is about skill? It's about whether you're cute or not.
Basically, to me personally, that's why I'm like, I can't really, because it seems like it's just shifting, especially in this Me Too era. It's shifting onto more like online dating type shit, and I can't really do that because I don't really think that takes any skill too much. But I'm not gonna say it doesn't take any skill, because I don't. If I really felt like it didn't take any skill, then Mark and Zerby wouldn't be flourishing like they are today with over thousands of subscribers, and he's getting paid off of that really well. And apparently, he's helping a lot of people. It's just not my thing.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. Kev, you got any remarks on that?
Not really. I'm not with the whole online dating thing. We could be friends though.
There you go. Hit Kev up. He wants to be friends. So anyway, yeah, I think that's.
And just a note for all the people who are going to online date: if you're going to meet up with someone, meet them in a public place. Tell someone you know and are close to and is willing to go to jail for you where you're going and what time.
Nah, that's just whack. That's why I left. Nah, come over to the crib, like automatic. We don't got me to know all like.
Yeah, see, you're saying that, but how do I know? Everybody's not you, Tony.
Fuck that. Listen, you're not coming to the crib. Don't fucking respond to my message.
Yo, we don't know if you're normal or not.
That shit is trash. There's 4 episodes of me being normal as hell. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying you're normal, but we don't know. Everybody else online isn't. Don't listen to Tone, women. All men aren't safe. Meet them first. And men, listen, all women ain't safe. She might have 8 homeboys around the block waiting for that ass.
Yo,
that shit be happening.
Meet in public. Meet in public.
Yo, that's the good hustle.
To being a young nigga. You don't know being
young
a gangster.
bull.
Yo, you don't know being a gangster until you get ready to meet up with a chick that you never linked up with before, and you find yourself in a hood you never been in before, in the projects. 800,000 niggas outside in front of the building, nigga.
Oh, you wild. I used to have bitches come to my house. That's why. Like, you wild. I ain't never met a bitch in there. I'd be like, oh, where you about to get off school? Yeah, because it was MySpace. So, all right, where? All right, so I live right down the hill. Like, just walk right down the hill. I'll be at the crib. Like, wildin', man. I live right down the hill from the high school.
Yeah, I probably was wild. The light-skinned nigga shit I ever heard in my life.
So anyway, yeah, this has been a great podcast. I didn't think it was gonna be a great podcast, but it was a great podcast. We all tired here. It's like Wednesday. We all off and shit. But
I gotta wake up at like 5:45.
Oh shit, sucks to be you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. I gotta catch a flight. And I got
I'm calling Kev as soon as I wake up.
Yeah, wake this nigga up. We both gonna blow this nigga phone up and wake him up. Fuck this nigga.
Blow Kev up. Anybody that's listening and knows Kev, call that nigga early in the morning.
Yeah, call that nigga early in the morning.
This
probably gonna release on Thursday or Friday. So yeah, definitely call this nigga
early
on Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Call this nigga early Saturday.
Saturday I'll be up at
first person to call Kev.
Because I have school on Saturday.
Look, we ain't got nothing to win. You just win the honors of you won. You won.
We'll shout you out next. We'll shout you out next podcast.
Shout you out.
Yeah, I'll shout you out this podcast. Call me right now.
All right, yo, I'll holler at y'all. Yeah, I'm out of here. One.